Hi, welcome back. Right now I'm going to try to work on planing some wood. We're going to be doing something similar to like a butcher block type countertop. It's going to go on our kitchen for the back counter as well as the island countertop. Some of the times you may have seen some of the videos they use like some hardwood, some oak, and all other different types. We're just using some regular yellow pine since it's going to be our first go around. What I plan on doing is doing the 2x4s, putting up sideways to kind of get a look. The wife didn't really want the real thin strips combined for that real butcher block look, so we're doing a little bit wider one, just laying the 2x4s sideways. And as you may know, many of the 2x4s kind of have a rounded edge to them, so I'm going to be planing those off to kind of get them to be where it's more, nice and square, and see how we do it, and then get all these planed away, squared off, and then we'll see what's next. Down to the last piece.
So I made this planter. It's just out of fence board and a couple of pieces of 2x4. I love how it turned out. I'm gonna make another one that's gonna go right next to it, just to kind of help spruce up our front of our house. We can stop looking like we're in construction mode all the time. But I'm gonna duplicate. I did my rosemary, which I love because it's supposed to help with mosquitoes, as well as my lemongrass, and my lemongrass died in the snowstorm, so I'm starting over. But let's get started and show you how simple this is. Alright, so this is the fence boards that I use. It's just your everyday fence boards that you build a fence with. They're at our local hardware store. They're like $1.40 a piece, so not very expensive. And then the 2x4s that I'm going to use for all four corners and in the center are actually just leftover pieces from us raising our floor. So not a very expensive thing to make. And then whatever you want to use for the bottom and base, I'm going to use leftover board for that as well. Alright, so I cut off the dog-eared part of the wood because you want them to be able to line up perfectly, because they're going to get screwed in together right on the edge. And then I also forgot to mention that you need 12 of the side pieces. So I have 12 of the long pieces going stacked up, 6 on each side, and then the short piece is actually 12 inches and it's 6 on each side going up, and then 6 of these. So now I'm just going to screw them together, and that's it. And then of course your bottom. So I just did an OSB bottom that I screwed in at the bottom to give drain holes, and I put some protection on the bottom for bugs. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and screw these together. Alright, so this is the gist of what I did. I put my 2x4 in the corner, put my 12-inch board in the middle, the long board on the side, and literally just screwed them in twice there, once there on each side. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other end, and then I'm just going to keep going up, up, up 6 times. So that's the other side. So now I have 2. It was very simple, and I like the look. So that's it.
So the wife showed you as I routed. I went ahead and routed this edge here. I thought it looked kind of funny with the straight edge, but now that I rounded it out, I think it kind of looks funny rounded it out just up to the edge. But as it is with the wood, I'm not going to do this whole thing all over again. So we'll just have to have this little funny rounded out, funny elbow thing here. So as you can see behind me, got the countertop. I've already got it, took out the router, went along the edges there. You'll see. Now we're pretty much just going to be staining it. The wife has finally picked out the color she wanted. After 3 cans of stain later, we've got the color we're looking for. So she'll probably be staining that next. Then we'll get the sealant for the it's like a butcher block type or countertop type sealant that makes it, you know, food safe or what have you, as well as help protect from stains and whatnot. And that'll be next. But right here, you see we've got the panels put in place right there along the side. This one here may look a little odd. We actually got a trim piece that's going to be going there along the edge, so that's fine. But you can see on this side here that it is meets up with the trim, and we've got it all in place. We didn't use staples. Hopefully we don't need to. We went with some, let's see, we've got some contact cement that we put on there and painted both sides, the back of the panel as well as the cabinet, and got it stuck up there and let that dry, and hopefully it'll hold it in place so we don't need staples. If not, we'll just have to get the staples out and staple it in place, or the little small nailer to do that. But that's what we got going on for this side, and I'm still working on the other side.